Morning, Pastor Steve here. Hey, Romans 12:2 says, "Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Talking about guarding our hearts and our minds. When God gets ready to change somebody, He does it from the inside out. He changes how we think. He says we have to get a renewed mind. He changes our thought process. When Solomon was speaking to his son, he said, guard your heart, protect your heart, be careful of your thought life. You'll keep your heart with all diligence. For out of it are the issues of life. Jesus wants us to present our bodies to Him, including our minds, that He might transform us. So no wonder the adversary battles for the mind. How important that we learn to keep our hearts, because a fierce battle is raging for the control of the core of our being, our hearts and minds. When God is on the throne of my heart, then I think right, I live right, I do right. When I sit on the throne of my heart, when it's me, that's when I want my way, my pleasures, my prestige, the way I think it should be done first, then I think wrong, and I do live wrong as well. Be careful what comes into your mind. In the Proverbs passage, Solomon's talking about the sexual affairs of a young man. He's warning his son about having impure, immoral thoughts in heart and life. Someone said, your emotions do not know the difference between truth and error. God made you to where you can't really mentally focus on two things at one time. So how do you keep from thinking what's wrong? Well, begin to develop the habit of thinking on what's right. As Paul said in Philippians 4, think on things that are good and pure and just and true. If you're thinking right, then you can't spend time thinking what's wrong. Psalm 119, 9 through 11 says, thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. With my whole heart I have sought thee. Oh, let me not wander from your commandments. Store up the word of God in your heart and your mind. How are you going to think pure thoughts? By thinking on the stored up word of God. The word of God is alive, quick, and powerful, and sharper than a two-edged sword. And get it in your heart. It has the power to cleanse you and keep you. If you want to know what's in your heart, just listen to what comes out of your mouth. Oh, man. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Matthew 12:34. Someone said, what's down in the well comes up in the bucket. I guess in modern days, it's what's inside comes out as GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. When your mind is clear and right with God, when you think the thoughts of Christ after Him, when you have the mindset of Christ, when you're being transformed by the Word of God and the power of God, the Spirit of God in your thought life, you're going to be doing the will of God. Have the right sort of heart, and you will have the right sort of life. You ponder that, Pastor Steve.